He ruled longer than any other pharaoh, fought more battles than most kings, and carved his face into the cliffs of eternity. But was Ramses II truly the greatest of all time, or simply the best at self-promotion? Ramses II, or Ramses the Great, was not just a ruler, he was a spectacle. When he ascended the throne around 1279 BCE, Egypt was already an empire, but by the time he died, 66 years later, he had transformed it into a living monument to himself. From colossal temples to elaborate military campaigns and over 100 children, Ramses II left a mark so deep on history that his name still echoes through the corridors of time. But behind the golden mask lies a far more complex figure, a shrewd politician, a skilled propagandist, and a man obsessed with legacy. Rise of a Pharaoh. Born during the 19th dynasty, Ramses was the son of Seti I, a formidable ruler in his own right. Even before becoming king, Ramses was entrusted with military responsibilities. By his late teens, he had already led campaigns into Nubia and Syria, proving himself both a warrior and a public figure. Upon his father's death, Ramses inherited a vast, somewhat unstable empire. The Hittites, Egypt's northern rivals, were expanding aggressively. The balance of power in the ancient Near East was on a knife's edge. Ramses had to act fast and boldly. Battle of Kadesh. Victory or propaganda? In 1274 BCE, Ramses led one of the most famous battles of the ancient world, the Battle of Kadesh against the Hittite Empire. Depicted in massive carvings across his temples, Ramses is shown as a heroic, almost divine figure, single-handedly routing the enemy. But what really happened? Modern historians believe the battle was more of a stalemate than a victory. Ramses may have narrowly avoided disaster due to his personal bravery and military discipline, but the propaganda machine he built transformed it into a triumph. For the first time in history, a peace treaty was inscribed and publicly displayed, the Treaty of Kadesh, which marked the world's earliest known international peace accord. It was diplomacy wrapped in stone. A legacy carved in stone. While many pharaohs built, Ramses redefined what that meant. He commissioned more monuments than any other ruler in Egyptian history. The temples of Abu Simbel, with their towering statues of the seated pharaoh gazing into eternity, are among the most iconic. They were not just places of worship, they were instruments of propaganda, designed to overwhelm and awe. In Luxor and Karnak, he expanded and decorated existing temples, often replacing earlier kings' names with his own. This wasn't just vanity. It was a calculated move to associate himself with the gods and secure his memory in the minds of the living and the dead. Family, women, and power. Ramses II had over 100 children, perhaps the largest royal family in history. His chief queen, Nefertari, was not just his wife, but a symbol of royal power and divine femininity. Her tomb, the most beautiful in the Valley of the Queens, is a masterpiece of color and symbolism. Nefertari was more than a consort, she was a diplomatic partner. In letters exchanged with foreign courts, her name is invoked with honor, suggesting she held considerable influence. Death and immortality. Ramses II died around the age of 90, an extraordinary lifespan in ancient times. His mummy, discovered in 1881, showed a tall man with striking features, hair dyed red with henna, and signs of arthritis. A body worn, but not broken by time. But even death couldn't stop Ramses. His statues remained standing, his temples remained intact, and his name continued to be spoken for generations. In fact, when later pharaohs were buried, their tombs would sometimes include invocations to Ramses, as if calling upon his memory could grant them power in the afterlife. The pharaoh who outlived time. Ramses II was many things: warrior, builder, diplomat, father, and god-king. But above all, he was a master of legacy. Through stone, story, and sheer will, he ensured that his name would not be forgotten. Was he the greatest pharaoh in history? That's still debated, but no one can deny Ramses the Great lived up to his name, and then some. When you walk through the halls of the British Museum or gaze up at Abu Simbel, you're not just looking at stone, you're looking into the eyes of a man who planned thousands of years ago for you to remember him. The question is, did it work? If you enjoyed this journey through ancient Egypt, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Pharaoh Dreams for more hidden stories of the pharaohs. And before you go, check out the next video waiting for you right here on the end screen. Your adventure through history is just getting started.